And the role of the church in politics, as I see it, is to represent the whole counsel of God in the public square, not just social justice, not just a pro-life platform. The whole counsel of God can't be fully pursued by one issue. Christians have to advocate for justice and moral order together. And so depending on what side you're talking about, you should emphasize those things. So, for example, we can take the abortion example. I think abortion is an absolute tragedy, and I think Christians on both sides should be fighting against it. It's still not the entirety of our public witness, and it's certainly not an excuse to give an absolute endorsement to corrupt and unjust leaders. If we look to the Bible, which is where all this should start with our political assessment, we see God condemning Israel through Amos in one instance, and he threatens that King Jeroboam would die by the sword, and that Israel would go into exile. Why? Because of how they treated the poor, because of the injustice in their courts. These are not things that God ever took lightly. And so I don't think it's theologically sound to underplay social justice in our conversations and in our public witness. We have to understand that the Bible isn't just one long pronouncement against abortion, nor is it one long pronouncement against racism. It's more than that. And so we have to make sure that our public witness is about the whole counsel of God. And so if I was talking to a conservative, I would point out that you need to probably talk more about social justice. If I was talking to a progressive, I would say, hey, there is a conversation that needs to be had about moral order, because you cannot have justice without truth and moral order. And so that's really what we've been emphasizing in this portion in what we do. And also to mention that the vote is the end of the political process to some extent. There are a lot of things that happen before that you can kind of put your public witness out there and be more faithful in doing it.